Tonda, nice to see you. How's the recovery been from Norwich? How have you tried to re-galvanise, reshape things for the players ahead of this match?
Yeah, tried to say this after the game. We were very disappointed on the Saturday, and if you have big ambitions for a season, then I think you have to be. Was Sunday and Monday off, which I think was important also to just clear your head and then go strong again this week. We had an excellent session yesterday, excellent session today, and we will be fully prepared to go big on Saturday.
A little thing that might be true or not, I don't know, but when I look at the Norwich game, perhaps Millwall, even games before you took over, sometimes when the sitting midfielders have really good games, like Pompey did at Southampton, and they stop the supply to the forwards, that seems to be a struggle sometimes. I thought McLean and Maatsen were excellent. I think Portsmouth too did it well. Millwall. Have the players got to have more of a plan B in their head to work around these problems? Because when players play well there, it's stopping a lot of supply.
In possession, you mean for us?
Yeah.
Actually, I was quite happy with the first half. I think that we created quite a bit. I think that we do have solutions to go inside, but also to go around. I think at the moment, if you want to analyze us, actually it's not so easy to see, because we do have different ways to create. So I think in possession I was actually quite happy in the first half, the way we managed to go forward and create.
Yeah, I guess for me it's just I'm seeing good experienced players play well for the opponent in those areas of the pitch, and that's always a problem, always a difficulty for anyone, I guess.
Yeah, I think Millwall was a little bit different than Norwich. I think it's always different than how many players you bring up and to press. Against Millwall was one striker, so we needed to come around maybe a little bit more than that was the case against Norwich. What is definitely true for both of the games, that they were third games of a 3-game week, and they were both away. So I think that these games, just by nature, in terms of energy, are not the easiest ones to play. And what I do agree on, that we need to create more in the second half than also looking back at Norwich. But I don't think it is necessarily related to their success.
And do you think that it's either not necessarily related to fitness, the first half, second half things, because you've been so electric in many first halves, and I think that's more about second half control, isn't it, rather than fitness or fatigue or anything?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we came in, me and my coaching staff, a couple of weeks back, and I think that we have managed to implement some very nice bits in possession, out of possession. I think you can see this in moments of the game. At the same time, I do agree that there's also moments of the game where we need to improve. And if you look at Norwich and if you look at Millwall, there are definitely moments in the second half that we need to improve. I think just by nature that takes a little bit of time. I know that time is not always available in football, and we want to be quick and we want to implement things quickly. But I think that we're heading in a good direction in general.
I absolutely agree. I think it's been electric at times. It's just interesting that a lot of your goals have been first half goals, but I think the second halves are evolutions of what happens in the first half, aren't they?
Sometimes
so
they are, yes.
3-0 up, you don't need to go mad.
Yeah.
So Coventry will also probably most likely play a 4-2-3-1 against you, and have two sitters. Their ability to score home and away is quite something. To score 52 goals already, and half of them away from home. What does that tell us about what Frank Lampard has done with the team, with them, do you think, analysing them?
Well, they've been very efficient so far, and I mean, rightly so. They are sitting first at the moment, so definitely they've done some things right in that season. And what they do have, and I said this to the boys today, if you look at the Bristol game that they played last week, sometimes one goal will need to be enough to win a game of football. And that is also very true for us, and that is a step that we need to take, and a step that we need to take quickly. And they do have a variety of ways to score. The goal then comes from a second phase after a set piece. And sometimes that just needs to be enough. You score one of a set piece, you don't concede 3 points, thank you very much, and on to the next game. And obviously they have scored a lot more than one goal on average in their games, but there are those games in there where they just score one, and that's enough. So no, compliment to what they have achieved so far in the season, and at the same time we'll be ready for Saturday.
The other thing I quite like, which I think you've done to a degree as well, is that he took over and he didn't rip everything up and try and change everything. He took over a team that had done well under Mark Robins and he just progressed it, and he's done that ever since. And I think you've done the same. You come in and put elements that you've seen but not ripped it all up. You've kept it through at the back. You've done certain things. And that's a sign of sort of, I think inner belief, really, because you don't feel the need to prove yourself outwardly to everyone, like, and show everyone every bit of knowledge you have. Was that important to you, to actually not lose the good bits and just try and add some more onto it when you took over?
Yes, very much. I just said this a couple of minutes ago. It's not my game. I'm not the one who plays the game, and the players are the same. I think the most important thing is to understand the qualities of the players, and then in the end it's them who play the game. It's not me on the pitch. I think the only thing I can do in the best way to bring them in situations where they can expose what they are good in, and in the bits maybe where they are not so good in, I just need to make sure that they don't come in these situations too often. But it's not my game. It's their game. It's a player's game, and I think that you very much need to respect where the qualities are, and they haven't changed. Like, they haven't changed from me coming in, and they haven't changed from Lampard coming, like the team. And I think they have been quite consistent over the last years. I mean, Mark Robins was there for 7 years, if I'm not mistaken, but like a very long time. I think the squad has been quite consistent. So obviously you do have some ideas and you try to give some input, but in the end it's the players who play the game.
Are you excited about the game? Is this a great one for the players? Off the back of losing the last game, this is like the perfect game for players, isn't it? Because now they're at home, do something to prove and get back to winning ways. And it's just before Christmas. It's perfect, isn't it?
It is, and now it's up to us. And
we're excited about the challenge.
I love playing at St Mary's. Either way, I think that we've been quite successful in the last home games, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Saturday. We had a whole week to prepare, full of energy, and we'll be all in.
Just on the league itself, we're all saying Coventry are so far ahead of the playoffs, but obviously 5 ahead of Middlesbrough. Can you still? I know there's enough points to do it, so logically yes. Can you catch up? Can you put pressure on the top 2 or second or third in the division, do you think, if you have like a really good Christmas New Year period?
Well,
is that the aim?
Well, the aim is to collect point by point, and I think I said this before, like I don't shy away to say that we are ambitious and that we want to play for promotion this season. I don't know if I need to go out now and say that we want to attack Coventry. I think that's on Saturday we will, and on Saturday we want to attack them, but rightly so we also need to acknowledge that there's a little gap, so we need to take that game by game, and if we should for us and for our own merits ever be in the position that we can, obviously we challenge to get up there, but it's also true that we still have some big steps to go.
You've also had some injuries to contend with recently, mostly on the right hand side, so is there any good news on the Tom Fellows front, or the Yellert or Urslav, or a bit more options out there? How's Tom?
Yeah, Tom is available. Had a very good training session today. Looks good. Elias is trained for the first time beginning of the week. I think that the Saturday game is a little bit early for him, but then we see if we manage to get him involved for Oxford, depending on how the next days go. And Mats is supposed to be returning to training next week.
It would be important for you to have more options out there with the fixtures coming up, because I know compared to Europe, it's crazy. You're going to be wondering what's going on. Match, 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 match.
Well, to be fair, the last years I'm used to playing over Christmas. Italy has introduced this as well. So last 5 years for me have been on the football field and not at home. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alfie, for 10:30.